Think about Disney movies and how many times in a movie it's about two people coming together and finding each other and then living in harmoniously, and that's supposed to be the end of the reason why we live. You know, that's the all in all big picture.
You see people in the public, it's a totally different people than the people in home.
Yeah, they're
You know what I
completely
mean?
different.
Yeah.
But as well, right? You're saying that, but you know, every day as it goes on, we exist every day on a daily basis. Yesterday, I might not like what I liked before. When I consider what I think is nice or cool, or what I really need for the next day.
This is the human mind. It's different to the AI. That's what I think. The AI, it's more
Objective.
on a mathematic way. It works on a mathematic way. The human mind works more on an emotional way.
And the AI considers all perspectives, perhaps, other than the human mind, who only considers our own perspective most of the time, or maybe one or two perspectives, But I see that, did you see the way that they're making these videos? I showed you that video about the AI and how they're transforming, the transformative videos, right? How they're changing what the person looks like every millisecond or whatever, the different shapes, different facial features and things. And that makes me think about how AI is processing the information, because so many possibilities can exist in that moment, and it's probably considering all of those possibilities, unlike the way we can. You know what I mean?
If you have an idea about the quantum computers, they made in 1 minute. So many processes. Same like your simple computer in home need 10 years for what this computer can make in 1 minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's exactly the same. Maybe a copy from the human brain. The human can make the same, but they have no idea about it. This is the problem. A computer have an idea, and he can use what he know. The humans not now, but maybe it comes a time.
Maybe there comes a time where we are storing information like computers are, through our eyes.
Sure, with a connection.
When our organs become more robotic or mechanic than biologic.
On a technical way, we can do, I think.
I think that our evolution will point us that way, since we are already using our stimuli and using our time and energy so close to our phones. Our phones are in our face the whole time, influencing us.
I think the future will use a technique. You can connect your mind with an AI, I'm sure.
Your mind with AI?
Yeah.
But isn't that what we're doing
sure
now already? Didn't you talk about that earlier?
What again?
How we are already connecting our mind to AI. Because remember, you told me about the device. There's a device with you wear it like glasses or something,
Yeah, but I think this is just apart from the they trigger us to use any technical parts to make this connection. But I think it also works with the stuff in vaccination, maybe, The nanotechnology, it's really far from what we think how it is. So they can connect with waves, with the frequencies. It's easy. We just have no idea about.
Okay, wait.
Doctor,
so let's just back up a second, okay? Because you're saying something now about the vaccine and how the nanotechnology involved with the vaccine can make us do what exactly?
Connecting with the AI.
Yeah, connecting with AI.
Or maybe a controlling about.
So it makes it possible for us to connect with AI more now, perhaps because of the nanotechnology inside the vaccine.
Yeah, but I think this connecting, it's now just from one way. It comes from the technique. It's not from the human. The human not realize now they are connected. You know what I mean?
Yes. So it just goes past the frontal cortex. We don't even conscious of the
Yeah.
fact that we're being
This is what I
manipulated
mean.
or
Yeah, this is
controlled
what I
by
mean.
nanotechnology in our cells.
Yeah.
That's
This is with special waves, special frequencies. You can prove it by yourself if you listen music. Your mind have a special reaction if you listen hard rock. Maybe you can feel what your body, how your body move. If you listen hard rock or heavy metal or whatever, your emotion go up. It's same like on the vibration, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen classic music, your mind come down.
yeah.
And this is exactly what the waves can do with us. They lead us. They lead us over our emotions. So the science know this a long time. You know, they know how they can lead the public in a special way.
Well, I've seen it. Well, what I can relate to is what you're saying. With what you're saying is that I know this because I've studied marketing and the effects of marketing or some types of promotion, subliminal influence on the brain, and how it makes people change their behaviors completely or their thinking, you know. And that's what we were talking about earlier about the people like I saw the guy. I'm gonna name drop him now just because he's making some waves. Billie Jean. And Billie Jean and how he's kind of directing the conversation and manipulating people into changing minds and opening their wallets to invest into new ideas, you know.
Yeah.
But also with movies,
Yeah.
you know, there is a
Sure.
movie I'm sure out there that you felt that they made you feel like, wow, like you got a heavy heart now, you know, you almost brought to tears about what's happening in the movie, right? And they've elicited that type of response out of you. And at that moment, if the movie was talking about something that's real or that's something that's relevant today, it could change your behavior. You know what I mean?
Simple, yeah.
It can change your behavior to go out from there and actually change things in your daily life that would be you doing something that you don't normally do, you know?
Yeah.
And since we already have that data for a long time, even with movies or with advertising, AI also has access to that shit. You know, all the data from way back when on how to manipulate the human mind to make it do things that you don't usually do.
If you see what Walt Disney made with his movies, with his cartoons and movies, he teach the children for on my mind for too fast on a sexual way, you know, and he made it with the signals in the movie, and this is a bad way.
Okay, so now we're talking about the movies that Disney makes, so we can find subliminal like gestures, right? Subliminal signals to show that they're referring to sexual things. That's not appropriate for audiences that are younger than, 16 perhaps. I will show clips of that. But, at the same time, I'm also thinking about the process of the person who's actually putting that stuff in there, right? So now we're talking about an editor. There's an editor who's working for Disney, okay? Maybe they're not as old as what we're thinking. Maybe they're still in the younger space in their head, and they still have hormones flying around or testosterone that's making them think about things, and that they want to be maybe not like straightforward. They want to be kind of like leave their mark in a funny way that they can show their friends later. You know how guys are when they're in high school or university and they want to like leave a mark somehow. That is also a possibility where a guy could be like, listen,
yeah.
I just actually wanted to show my friends how much influence I have on the work that I do, and how nobody can pick it up, only me, and then unless I show you where it is.
But it's also a part of the matrix.
The Matrix. What do you mean?
You're talking about the editor who show or who like to show his friends and
Maybe he has a different agenda behind it than what we think
what
about
we
Disney.
think about. Yeah, this is I understand. But this is also a part of the Matrix. If you talk clear about, he create his his own space. Only he know it. This is what he think. But now we have a lot of conspiracy theories about Disney, and parts like the sexualization of the children. This is a big part of this conspiracy theories, you know, because it's a bad way to teach children, to show children in under 5 or 6 years a dick in the movie. And
Yeah.
you can see this dick in the movie only in a millisecond, you know.
Yeah.
But our brains see this. Our the Germans say Unterbewusstsein. It means the space. The space we have no.
subconscious.
Yeah, we have.
Subconscious, yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's the word that you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Unterbewusstsein, right? That's similar to Afrikaans.
So and this part, if we want or not, we remember this part. We have these pictures in the brain, but we not know this, and this is the problem. This is a suggestion.
Suggestion,
you know?
yes.
Yeah, this is a suggestion to make or to show children's sex is a normal thing. But I think it's not a normal thing in an age from 5 or 6 years. You know.
Yeah, but it's still difficult for me to think that Disney has got a motive to sexualize children all over the world by placing subliminal gestures like that into their movies. What I would more likely to think is that Disney really wasn't aware of what's going on. Maybe the editors had something going on that's trying to be funny or trying to do something.
But if you talk on this way, Chris, you have to think about if it is, same you say, it was just an editor or maybe 2 or 3 or a group of editors in this company, then you have to think about the leaders from Disney. If I'm a leader from Disney and I see pictures like this, and I know my children is maybe it's under 5 years or 6 years, they watch this movie, I'm really angry about. You know what I mean? And this is a normal reaction from parents. How they can make in a cartoon for children under 5 years or under 6
yeah,
years.
but you are talking about it in a way that Disney is aware of that shit, right? But I'm coming from a perspective
No,
where
Disney
they might not be.
accepted. This is what I mean. Because an organization like Disney, they have a control system, you know? They have a control system. Maybe it can be, same you say, the editor made it by himself to show his friends, oh, you see, no one see this, but I made this, and no one can see this. But now the public see it. And if they make a postings for a bigger for these pictures have a bigger publicity, for the people in the world know what is inside this movie or this movie. Why the leaders from Disney not use the movie back?
Yeah, but why would they out themselves? They would bankrupt themselves if they did shit like that.
No, it's not. If the leaders from Disney not accept what these editors have done in the past, so they have to kick them out and say sorry for the public, but they not do.
Yeah, they don't recognize.
This is the right way. You know what I mean? I understand what you want to say. They make bankrupt themselves, but it's not true. The people like the truth. They like the truth.
Yeah, I agree with you, right? But You know, like,
So if I'm a boss of a big company and I know, I don't know, I sell a lot of food, yeah, and I know any stuff of this food is bad, so I call it back and I say sorry to the public
okay, but
for the
okay.
complications.
Let's consider for a second, okay? They can do this, right? But let's see where the story goes from there. Now let's imagine Disney does this. The next Disney movie that they're going to bring out for kids only, who's going to watch that? What parent in their logical mind would trust Disney enough to allow their kids to watch any of their stuff ever again?
That's a good question.
Yeah, which it would not happen.
If you see what happened now, the public know what happened with these movies, and they ignore this part of truth.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk about the
if you see
actual influence.
the newest movies from Disney, they have a lot of users.
Yeah, okay, but let's look at the actual influence that it could have on children, right? We know the subliminal influence is very big, because I know about a promotion that Coca-Cola did when they subliminally flashed images of Coca-Cola during a movie presentation, and then their sales went up over 70%, is what I remember the study being about, right? And how positive that influence can be, or powerful. But for how long does it really last? How do we know it lasts for longer than a month? The influence. And how do we know that if they're put in a different, having a different visual stimuli, the kids after that, how much more could that positive stimuli overpower the negative stimuli that was forcefully imprinted in the subconscious mind?
Because movies and visual things are a trigger for our mind, you know.
Yeah, because they're both
And
audio and visual.
Our mind
Simultaneous.
create the future. Our mind create the future. So if we accept, if we know it or not, this is the problem. If we know it or not, we use our mind on a way the people like it, who create such movies. You understand? You know what I mean? We change the world on the way they want. This is the problem. Because we not really know what we ignore, what we accept.
Yeah, okay. I kind of get where you're going at right now, but let's talk about our actual appeal, human nature's appeal to these types of movies, right? At the end of the movie, when you watched Lion King for the first time, did you think at the end of the movie that was amazing?
The animatrix.
Huh?
The what?
The Lion King. The first one that was ever made. When was that? 1999.
I don't know.
Well, I think most of people would agree that it was a brilliant piece of art, and that at the end of the movie you felt emotions for cartoon characters that you never experienced before, and you were happy that you felt those emotions, right? So we are more grateful for the stories that story that was given to us than perhaps the subliminal influence it had on us for the next 30 days or more. We don't know. Maybe it made us buy extra Coca-Cola that day during the break time. But who cares about extra Coca-Cola?
This is the principle from yin and yang. In every good thing have a short bad thing. And every bad thing have a part of good things inside. This is yin and yang, yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. What if we consider the weight of the influence that it has on the world versus the impact that the story might have on the impact of the world? What should we say is the proper response now to that? Should we say that we should out Disney for doing that, even though we might not even be sure that they're the ones?
I think the problem is we have to make the people more sensitive about stuff like this, about what they not know
To
now.
make them more aware of that, yeah.
Not aware, sensitive. They have to
what's the
think about. They have to think about how small the parts are who create our mind. You know what I mean? This is exactly what I mean. What
who
I mean.
influence our thoughts is what you're saying.
Yeah. Parts like, for example, Disney with this dicks or with this sex on the screen. You cannot see this with your if you watch the movie.
Yeah, normally you cannot.
But your mind can see it.
Yeah, but that's awareness. That's the same thing.
No. This is not the part what I mean. The part is this small parts create the future because we accept it and we not know we accept it. This is the problem. This is not indoctrination. This is more bad than indoctrination. Because the people who watch anything in a movie and you have no idea what you watch.
But that is kind of like indoctrination, isn't it? Because you're not aware of the influence that's being happening in your head. You're not aware of that.
No.
Yeah, that's what indoctrination it does. It's so subtle. It's so subtle that you're not really considering the fact that it might be indoctrination. You know, you feel natural. It feels normal. It feels like something exciting that's happening with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you not realize that it's really indoctrination, but nobody does. But that's how I kind of feel.
For example, you know what I mean. I remember maybe 30 years ago, no one of the parents I know liked to talk with his children under 12 about sex. You know what I mean? Watch the time now. They start in the school to talk with children with 6 years to talk about sex. This is normal?
6 years old.
Yeah. This is normal? This is what I mean. This has happened because we have things in our mind and we accept it, but we not know we have it in our mind and we not know it's needed from them. This is the parts from the editors. This is how it works. This is the problem. The people
but I think that we do know because people are not just accepting it though.
No, the people accept it because we ignore what is in our mind, in our how you call it, Unterbewusstsein in the back.
Our subconscious mind.
Yeah. This is why we accept it or we ignore it. You understand?
Yeah, but who says that morality idea? Okay, look, I'm all for not talking to kids about sex until they're probably 15, 16. Okay, that's probably more.
I think 12 or 13 it's a good age to start to talk.
Okay,
know?
I wouldn't know. I don't have kids. Okay, maybe you can educate me.
I know the children. This is apart from all animal and all human. If you not like to call human animal, this is apart from us. Sexual.
Yeah,
sexual.
But you're saying
experience.
You're saying it's not a part of our subconscious mind initially, right? So our subconscious mind is kind of like, why is this happening, type of thing, right? But who says that wasn't inserted into our minds by another subconscious process? Maybe because of some political agendas in the past. For example, where is all this having to get married stuff coming from? Okay, this is just my personal viewpoint of it, okay?
From the religion.
No. Wait. You can say it's from a religion, but the governments have adopted it already, right? The governments have adopted it, and our movies and our series and everything has adopted this relationship idea.
This
right?
mind control.
of how we're supposed to, one guy, one woman, come together and get married and live their lives happily ever after. Where have you heard that term before? That comes out of the Disney movies, man. Think about Disney movies and how many times in a movie it's about two people coming together and finding each other and then living in harmoniously, and that's supposed to be the end of the reason why we live. You know, that's the all in all big picture. from movies like Tangled, or
The reason why we live is the reproduction,
yeah, right, because
and this is a
humans,
sexual way.
yes, because
Only.
one of our most used or effective tools that we have biologically is our reproductive system, right? And that's how we continue to outlive time, and how we can continue to exist in time and not die out and lose our or become extinct like the dinosaurs or something,
Yeah, but there also you can realize groups like Disney use the emotional way to lead the minds.
And that's the biggest thing that
This
they
is-
use, right?
Yeah,
It's the biggest
this and the
element.
sexuality. These are the biggest tools they can use for lead the minds from humans.
Yeah, because sex is probably so powerful. It's such a powerful force. It can make anybody do anything. If they're attracted, or if they're because I think there's a post about this, about the type of chemicals that are actually released in your brain when you get turned on
Yeah.
sexually by something, and how powerful that is on how to completely change your
Mind.
behavior
Yeah.
from there on out, and everything that you do and you
Yeah.
think about.
This is also apart from the waves, from the vibrations, from the frequencies. This has changed our mind, our emotions, everything. And the science know this. So this input we have from movies, from the tech on a technical way. This is a big part for the coming future. What we accept and what we ignore. This is how we create the world in future by ourselves, by our accepting.
Right. So that's coming back to what I said earlier, right? Now that we're making a full turn. That in the Matrix, that was created in 2000, the year 2000, right? Or released, I think, that time.
1999.
Yeah. They make it seem that we are going to war first with the machines before there is an acceptance of a treaty where our leaders make the decision for us to give over our minds to the machines so that they can use it for energy. Now, I think that it is kind of similar that way, but in the future, like you just said, AI is going to design a process for us that we want to surrender our cognitive functions to them, to live in a better reality than with the one that we're experiencing now. We're going to be able to escape,
To live in a symbiotic way. Yeah.
And the way that I see it's happening already is, look at the mindless effort going into playing a computer game. For hours and hours, time is lost and energy is exerted by kids who want to better themselves in that world, not in this world.
Yeah.
They have retreated from finding a way to better their financial situations or their life success in this world, and they traded it to increase their power and their influence in
This
the
is
game
an
world,
art from escape.
in the
Yeah.
virtual world. And who's doing that now?
A lot.
Everyone is doing that.
Yeah.
And that's what I've learned already now about the human nature, is that we'd much rather invest time and energy, along with obviously feeling good about winning, playing a game, to improve ourselves in a virtual reality, in another reality than in this one.
Yeah, but the truth is it's an illusion.
Right, because it's the way it's been served to us.
Yeah.
In a game format.
Yeah.
Things that we enjoy.
Yeah.
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 I agree 100%. And so what my point is that in 10 years, it's not going to be a war. It's
No.
just going to be like, yeah, sure, here's my username and password. please sign me up for the next virtual reality experience. You know, so that I can feel like I'm a warrior in the year 2065 fighting a virtual battle in space against aliens that don't even really exist, that are created by AI to accumulating my own personal fears and putting it into a game character that I can defeat on my own in the virtual world will make me feel like a god. You know what I'm saying?
I think
Imagine.
this is the problem from a lot of people in the world.
Imagine
They have too much money and they can do a lot of things and they really think they are gods.
Right. So now imagine, right? You program an AI to design a game, a first-person shooter game, right? By taking the things processed by your brain from the previous night, the dreams you had, right? Finding all your fears and things that you need to overcome, obstacles, and creating a virtual reality gaming experience where you go out, you conquer your fears the next day. Imagine you come back, or you finish the game, and then you're going to sleep that night. How would you feel? You'd feel like you can do anything.
Yeah.
It's like that experience you have when you're younger, when you're a kid, and you go to a really great movie, you know, like the Hulk or something like really incredible, and you walk out of there, you feel like the main character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're younger, you're like, oh, I'm gonna be more like this now, you know? But
Yeah,
now,
in
we
my
don't feel
time-
so much anymore.
I remember the first movies from Bruce Lee. You know, all of my friends and myself come out from the cinema. And this is what movies do. Yeah.
That's exactly what I mean, though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that type of response they can elicit from us, and that has so much control over our lives.
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, we're not really realizing it because we're not made aware of it. They don't want us to be aware of it because that spoils the story, that ruins it.
Yeah.
Like, if we know what actually goes on behind the work of creating a movie like Finding Nemo, we don't really care about that stuff. That's boring. That's not for us, that's for the creators. For the consumers, we want to be dazzled, we want to be entertained, we want to have like our eyes light up and
Not
our
all of
pupils
us.
go bigger and
Not all of us. This is apart from the younger generations, not from the older.
the generations
The older generations like to know more.
the generations that have more energy and more zealousness and more passion for life, more ideas and ambitions that they can actually fulfill at a quicker pace. That's who you're talking about right now, right? And that's who the industry is after in any case, you know? The naive and the passionate.
Yeah.
And that's why we have patriots and soldiers who just mindlessly go on and accept things and go kill in the
Patriots
name
is
of
also-
ideas that they didn't even have themselves.
Patriots is also a word of a indoctrination company.
It's another word that the government has coined, another phrase for us to just accept because it sounds like it's brand new and fresh, and we like that we like coined phrases like locker room talk and weapons of mass destruction. When have you heard those phrases before? Right? We had this conversation before, but it's a good way for politics to control the public is with these new phrases. To change their minds about ideas that they originally had.
These are the triggers. Yeah.
Yeah, silent triggers.
It's a trigger.
I mean, but I guess it's not silent because they're saying it, but that's all it takes.
No, it's not. No, it's a silent trigger. It's a silent trigger because you not know it's a trigger.
Oh, yeah. Well, in that way, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Patriotism. You see, what is patriotism?
Did you watch the movie The Patriot?
Yeah.
And did you see how emotional that movie was?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
do you remember that shit? How
No,
his
but-
how his family died? Mel Gibson's
But
family died.
this is also apart from the choice we talked at the beginning. You know, they made you in the movie, and you not know this. You make your choice by the movie,
Yeah.
with the movie. You know,
Yes, yes.
with
yes,
the
yes.
actor.
Right, right.
This is what I mean.
Yeah, because
This
you
is-
walk out of there and you're like, man, I'm gonna be like Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
I'm gonna believe in my country the way this
Braveheart.
guy believed
You know-
in
you
his
know
country.
Braveheart, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, in a way, it's good to have. It's good to be prideful of moral obligations that you have towards the public. You know, like like being a role model for the rest of humanity. Those are good morals to have.
I think we all if we arrive this world, we are empty rooms, you know. And this rooms was filled with a lot of programs, but it's not our program. It's the programs from other people. It's a program from the school system. It's a program from the governments. They create slaves, mind slaves, for this system, for protect and support the own system, the country system, you know. And this is also a part of the patriotism. But what is really patriotism? If you see the Germans, the history of the Germans, they have an emperor, Wilhelm I. He give all his sovereignty and the country in an foundation to the public. This is the first and only emperor who made this with his folks. This you can call patriotism. All other, it's just a fake. That's what I mean. And why the whole world, or the mostly, call this folks Nazis? Why? Because Nazis national socialist. This is what the word Nazi say, but it's exactly what the patriotism teach the people. It's exactly the same. But the different part is, no one in the human history give all his power to the public. Only the German Emperor Wilhelm I. So this is what I think. This is a part why the United Nations call them German Reich enemy of the United Nations. How it can? If we talk about patriotism is your free choice. You know, your free choice to be one part of the big community.
Yeah, but free choice.
You not have to be one of them. It's your how I can say.
Yeah, but you know
you
hold
see
on.
the patriotism
Hold on,
way.
before we go on this subject, because I think it's good that you're touching on that now, right? Because we're going to be talking then about Hitler, right?
Hitler is apart from the American patriotism or from the Roman.
Yeah, but that's where the word Nazi comes from. That's where it originated.
Who support them? The Catholic Church support them. Wilhelm II, the son of the emperor, he not support the Nazis, but he have nearly a racist mind. Not same his father. His father he's really a great human, you know. But Wilhelm II it's not the same like his father. But
yeah, okay, but hold on. What I wanted to touch on, right, is that you're saying that how are people being so influenced